get it a little with a bump. So we're getting the motion, bending the knees at the down bump if we can. If it hurts, then don't. And then a little lower. And then we'll throw the shoulders in. We come up, the shoulders go up, shoulders go down. Like the whole bottle is sloshing. The water inside the tube is sloshing. We can feel the ball, that if we're bouncing a basketball with our hand, we can feel it hit the floor. Now we kind of start using sides of the body. So we're going to use Dan's walking poles. He's got them with him. And also you can do the bouncing. But we've got right, left, right hand, left hand working. And we want to change the plane. This is a front back plane. So we want to change it to a right left plane, going up to the sides and up just to the shoulder height. And throw in a little twist every time you bring your hand up. Switch which hand is closest to your face. So you have to remember, by the time it gets out to the end, which hand do I put in my face? Sometimes I forget within that 2 seconds. Breathe in, out, and out as we bring our hands in. So breathing in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathe out. So opening the oxygen, closing the lungs. Open the lungs, closing the lungs. Now we come all the way up and down. Breathe in and then breathe out. Grab the gulp of oxygen and push it down. Try to get your hands all the way up in the air and then down. And we stop and go back the other way, up through the center and down to the back. So we're not only massaging the joints, lubricating the joints, we're extending. Here we're extending the spine, getting space in between each bone. Now we'll change again which plane. So we want to push, it's a level plane. Push from the center away, come behind us, and push again like the breaststroke in swimming. And feel the ripples of the water. This one, it's you can breathe in as you open the lungs and then out as you come close to the inner. So opening the lungs, closing. And like anything, so now we go back the other way. So we start behind us, bring it up, breathing in, and breathe out. Breathe in, grabbing the oxygen, breathing out. Working on new Each exercise slightly different plane. Now we want to take the top hand going up and the back hand looking away, and go towards the elbow, breathing in, and then breathe out. Switch hands, go the other way, breathe in, breathe out, and switch. Little pause of the breathing. You stop breathing, palms up or away in your back. So in the back, it's away. And you're breathing in because you're stretching the lung. Breathe out, straight. Pause, breathe in, breathe out, pause, breathe in, breathe out, and thinking side. I'm breathing on the side of my lung. I'm working on extending the space between each vertebrae on that side. The other side shrinking. One more time. Okay, now with our swinging, and this time we are going to hit in the front, hit in the back. You know, we do things slightly different at different times. Last week's exercise, or don't remember when it was, that stretch exercise was breathing in and out as we held it in one side for a while. And this one we switched every time. Last week we didn't bang ourselves. This time we are, because it's a different purpose. Now come up a little higher with the bang. And you're hitting your back also. And now add the opposite, whatever hand is hitting on the top, that other leg goes on the toe. So we're going to start massaging the ankle also, lubricating the ankle. And now just in terms of the neck muscles, getting them lubricated, turn in one direction, breathing at your will, there's no connection. Switching ears. I'll go back the other way. And we'll bring our hands into the lower dantian and really start feeling this warmth just below the navel, getting it warmed up. We want to ground our feet for this one at the beginning. So we're going to, as we breathe in, only come to the level we're at the height, breathe out and come to your eyes, to the third eye actually. Now stop and breathe in again. Come down to your heart level as we breathe out. Stop, breathe in, and breathe out and push it down to your feet. So as I breathe in, capturing energy, I'm breathing out as I stop at my eyes, I'm actually feeling the pressure go down to my feet. I want to ground myself. Breathing in here. As I push down to the heart, I'm actually feeling it go all the way to my feet as I ground myself to the earth. And breathe in again. And push all the way down to the feet. So we're a tube. As I bring the energy into that tube, I compact it, but down to my eyes with my hands, but the pressure goes down to my feet. Breathing in, push down to my heart. Breathing in, and push all the way down. I will do it with one motion as I breathe in, bringing my hands and I'm pushing it down to my feet, but I'm doing a CT scan of my whole body level with my hands is where the scan is doing the body, viewing the body. Breathing in and breathe out, pressuring, feeling something puff up my ankles, but looking at every slice of the body in a CT type of visualization. Now we're going to work with some of the body is energized. The energy is in there. It's full, but we want to take our two hands with two. We've done this before, 2 cups. And I want to pour from one cup into the other. So you do your right hand pours into the left hand and you feel one getting light and the other getting heavy. And we want to reverse it. And it was like pour it slowly from one into the other, feeling the transfer of that chi, leaving one hand and going to the other. And you can breathe at your own pace, but feel the transfer of the chi. Visualize it going from one hand to the other. And try to have your hands far away from you. And that actually, you can feel it easier when your hands are far away from the body. Physics it's harder to hold up a ball that's far away from you, a weight. And so this will allow you to feel that chi more efficiently. And now we're going to do the same thing, but with our feet, with our legs. Even though they're standing on, they're grounded, legs are grounded, but I want to feel energy leave one, come up around and go down to the other. And you can actually, now I'm pressing more and less pressure with with your left if you're mirroring me. And then follow the energy up one leg, come across, equal weight on both feet, and now more weight on the other. I'm actually, you see me moving sideways. It comes up and then down. And you can add, it might help with this one to add breathing. So I'm going to breathe in, energy comes up, and breathe out, it fills up the other leg. And it's a gradual change. It's not bring it all up and dump it all. It's a flow. It's a constant tube. So we're bringing up and around in a gradual, even flow. As it flows up and around, it's emptying and filling at the same time. So it's a very gradual motion of the energy transformation. Okay, I just remembered on this next one, I want a chair for Dan. I don't want you falling down. All right, so we're gonna, when we do this now, as I empty the foot, I want to lift it up to really know that I've transferred the weight, and then put it down, transfer the weight, and it's, you see, it's a very slow, not slap up, slap down. It's, I want to gradually lift it up as it transfers the energy. You might, balance wise, you might be able, you might be one-sided. It's okay. And you do it then with, can you do it with holding onto the chair, lifting one, and down, and lifting up. Okay, now we're gonna go one more step. As I lift this leg up, I want to turn. And I put it down. I lift the step and turn. Put it down and turn. Let me go your way. So I'm turning. Whoops. Down. So I'm towards the up foot. And it's a gradual motion, and I'm still following the energy changing in the body. All right, ready for the next one. Now, as I lift it up, I'm going to put it down in the same side. Now, it's almost like starting a step. The back foot is up. Now reverse it. Come up and down. Turn. It's up and then down. And it kind of twists as you change direction. And when you put your foot down, put it with your heel first. And this way of walking will reduce falls. If you remember the last time you tripped on the sidewalk, you probably tripped because your toe stumbled on something. But if we always walk putting the foot down on the heel first, it will reduce our stumbling. Okay, now as I put it down, put it down, now go forward and come back. We started that way, but I backed out. Coming up, take the body and go forward, and the back leg lifted up on your toe. Sorry. And then this time, take the step. So down, take another foot and bring it up, but then put it back where you were. Up, forward, lift the back leg, and then put it down. Twist up, down, lift the back leg, and then reverse it. We'll ignore the phone. All right, now next time we're going to go, as we go up, forward, and we lift our back foot. Now bring it forward and start walking. And when you're walking, again, it's that gradual change of energy from what transfer weight from one to the other as nice as we can. Down on the heel, transferring the weight, come up, down on the heel. Now we're going to reverse it. So go back, turn again, kind of a rocking motion, up, down. The key is how to transfer that weight as smoothly as possible. What might help, don't walk on a tightrope. Spread your legs to hip width, and you'll find that you can be more balanced. It's not a tightrope. It's a wide body stance. All right, now I'm going to just show you one thing, and we're going to add the two together. Breathe in, bringing your hands up, and breathe out, hands down. Breathing in, breathe out. Now, when I breathe in, pick up the foot. Breathe out, put it down. Breathe in the other foot, and then down. Breathing in and out. So Dan, you can hold on to the chair, but with the other hand, the opposite hand, bring it up and breathe in. That's it. Then switch hands. Good. All right. Now we're going to do this, but Dan, don't you walk. Continue what you're doing, staying with the chair. Okay. And then we're going to do this walking forward, using our hands, breathing in, the leg comes up, hand goes down as we go forward. Breathing in, energy is moving. Your hand brings the foot up, your hand puts the foot down. Breathing in as it comes up, breathing out. If you run into a wall, turn at home, turn around, go the other way, it's fine. And we'll turn around on your own and then go back. Now this is the a lot of motion, forget what we call it when you can see, but we can do this same thing when you're walking down the street, but so that people won't start laughing at you. Now let's try it without moving my hands physically, but in my mind, I'm moving it. And I can feel the energy go up and down. So it's the covert walk as I walk forward and down. Have your breath bring the foot up. And the hands are moving in your eye, but not physically. So this is the covert. And you start feeling the motion comes up transferring from one side to the other in a smooth manner. I'm going to stay in frame. If you have space, you can keep walking. Okay, now we're going to do a little twist of this. That was, as we showed you before with the warm-up, we have different planes. Different planes of energy is moving. So now we want this plane to be front and back instead of up and down. So as I breathe in, comes up to my chest, breathe out, go away. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now as I breathe in, I want to bring my foot up. Breathe out, push it down. Now switch feet. Breathe in, foot up, breathe out. Actually, Gunther showed us a good way. Try this dance sitting, because I don't want you falling, but I want you to be moving your legs. So do it sitting, and you'll see this new plane. Breathing in, breathing out. Take your, that's right. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Now add that to the walking forward. Breathe in, breathe out. I push my foot forward. Back foot, breathe in, back foot comes up. Push the foot down as I push away. I want to stay in screen, so keep going according to your distance from the wall. All right. Now we're going to add one more, but I'm really hot. Where's the air conditioner? Who knows? All right. That one. How do we do this? Where are they? Is that on? All right. And one over here. All right. I think that's it. All right. Now another plane. We're going to work on another plane. And it's sideways with our hands. As I breathe in, my hands come up to the shoulders, and breathe out, goes down. Breathing in like a bird. Breathing in and down. And now add that to my foot as I breathe it in and then down, going forward like a stork as I get up onto one foot. And the trick is to have all the motion be as linked as possible. And the extreme up happens at the same time with leg and arms. So we don't separate them. And as we said before, that's the overt version. Now do it covertly. Do the whole thing physically connect your motion of the arm with the feet, but only in your mind. So you breathe in, concentrate. I've got a new plane. It's a different plane than before. It's on my sides. And I'm bringing my hands up on that plane. Even though I don't move them, mentally I'm going to move them. A very good balancing exercise. Now, when you're moving the weight from one foot to the other, it's not a clump. I'm not bringing it up and then plopping it down. I'm still transferring a slow motion of one leg to the other. Bringing it up. As I place it down, I start moving the weight forward, but not all at once. It's a slow transfer. All right, now another dimension. As I bring my hands up, I'm breathing in all the way up. And then as I breathe out, I push my palms away, but I'm making a fountain out of the top of my head. The energy came all the way up the center, and now it's spewing out the top of my head. And I breathe in, come up, palms together, then palms away, and the energy right away, I feel it leaving the top of my head. There's a few that have similar motions, so I wouldn't say it's specifically called the fountain. And this is the palms coming up to collect it, and palms going away, and my head is spewing out the top. And then the real challenge now will be to connect the walking to this. So now as we try, I'm bringing my hands up, bringing my foot up, and then placing it down, and the fountain is spewing out the top as I'm transferring weight from one leg to the other. And then bringing hands up as it pulls my foot up, and then go forward. So this is a lot to think of. Switch, keep in camera. So Gunther, when you bring your hands up, pull your foot up, because it's easy. You're sitting. We want to do both parts of the body. You want to try it sitting, Dan?
Not sure what to do.
So bring your hands up the side as we bring our foot up.
I can bring this up, I guess.
Yeah. Now, when we bring our hands down, energy goes off the top of your head.
Right.
Now, the other foot, try the other foot.
Get up on the edge of the chair, man.
Yeah. And you really have, the whole body is the transfer of energy from one leg to the other. Transfer of energy actually is going right up the center spine to the head. And then as I bring my hands out, it leaves the body. So not only does it transfer from one leg to the other, but it now is leaving the top of the head also. And then the last one with that is covert. Do the same thing and really follow the energy, go from one leg to the other, follow the energy, come right up the center of the body and out the top of your head without moving your hands, but mentally move them. If there's a problem with the balance, look a distance ahead of you. Don't look at your feet, look at the far wall. And that will help with a balance. And don't forget to clear the energy at the top of the head. One last time around. Okay, now that one, that's the hardest one to actually feel anything leaving through the top of your head. If you don't, that's okay. That takes practice. So don't worry about that. Now we've got the energy. We've grounded our feet a lot, even though we're moving our feet up and down in the air and transferring, they're grounded because every time I put one up, it's pushing down on the other foot. So I'm very grounded. So I want to take that and we'll do the between heaven and earth. So taking that grounding and use it to create a solidification of where we are on the earth, and now move the body around. And our space, we want to create this space around us and above us and below us, and we want to smooth it out. So our goal with this is pushing the envelope, pushing the balloon around the sides above and below, that we might be off to the side of the balloon. We want to get ourselves into the middle of it. The balloon might be jagged on one end. We want to smooth it out. The balloon might be like looking like a pear and we want to make it round. So all of this is by manipulating the energy around us. So start, it's this standard that we know, breathing in and collapsing the energy in the ball in front of us. As I breathe out, I want to look, we can look for the window side first, and then the kitchen side, and breathe in, collapsing that balloon space around us. And as we breathe out, we go to the new side, go to the kitchen side or the new side, wherever you are. And breathe in feel it collapse on us. As I breathe out, back to the window. Look on one side, look on the other. Breathe in. If the space, if this surface, go again to the window, if this surface side was brittle, then just by manipulating it, it smooths it out. Like in a starched piece of cloth, just by mending it, moving it in and out will break down that starchiness and make it smooth. And that's what we're doing. And breathe in. Now we're going to change our direction and we're going to go up and down. So we move our ball. Doesn't matter which hand is on top, but we'll go 3 times with the same hand going up. So they push one hand down, looking up, and breathe in, collapse it, keeping the same hand on top. And breathe out, look down first, look up, breathe in, and a 3rd time, same hand goes up, look down first, look up, breathing in, feeling it get tighter and tighter and tighter in my hands. Now switch which hand is on top, like it's a ball. Now the new hand goes down, look down first, look up, breathe as it collapses and keep the same hand on top. Breathe, push down, look up, breathe in. And we're smoothing this balloon that we're in the middle of. Creating a nice space that we're in the middle of. Now, bring our fingers up and we're going to go facing towards the window side, and we'll stay on this side for a few times. So as I breathe out, I look behind me, look in front. As I breathe in, I come front and center. But now I repeat the same side. Breathing out, looking behind, looking in front, breathe in, come front and center. And a 3rd time, breathe out, and breathe in as I come front and center. And now I do my new side. Turn, push away, look behind, look in front. As I breathe in, I'm turning and collapsing my hands in equal motion. Turning, pushing away, equal motion of my hands and my twisting. It's very smooth. Look behind first, in front, and now I'm front and center. And I want to balance what's called the yin and the yang, the front and the back, and the hot and the cold. So as I breathe in, it comes up the back side, right along my spine. And then I breathe out, I push it right down the front, a very thin line, but the energy is right even with my hand. So as I breathe in, I feel it sliding up my spine at the even level of my hand, come up over the top of my head, breathing out, pushes it down. And one more time as I breathe in, comes up my back. And breathing out, comes down the front. Now, why yin and yang is we want to balance that. So I'm going to bring it as I breathe in, it's coming up the front. Always even with my hand. Comes up and over the, excuse me, up the top of my head. And as I breathe out, I feel it slide down my backside. And breathing in. And breathing out. And just goes to my bottom and comes up through my legs. As I breathe in, it comes up the front. And then down the back. And I relax. Now I want a new dimension again. And I hold my hands so that they're cupped, but facing towards me, down waist level. So you see this angle coming down from my arms, come down a little. Perfect. So we want a hula hoop on our waist so it doesn't fall. And I want to concentrate on the direction of my breathing with the spin. So as I spin towards the window, I'm breathing in. And I spin back, I breathe out. All the way around. Breathe in, back again, the first direction. And breathe out. And breathing in. And breathing out, going back. Now when I get to the extreme of this new direction, I've breathed out already, so now breathe in. And now breathe out back towards the window. And the breathing in is in this new direction. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Do it one more time. Breathing in. And out to the center. And relax. Now here we're going to do squatting. So you can either sit, or when you do the squat, only go this far for those that have any minimum amount of balance. Those that can will squat all the way down. But now we want to concentrate on the breathing. The first breath is not along a thin line, but the whole space, my whole front side. I breathe in all the way down. And now I breathe out, it comes up my backside and up the back of my hands and leaving the tips of my fingers. They breathe in all the way down into the earth. Breathe out, comes up the backside of the leg, the back of my back of my arms, and out into heaven. Breathing in and breathing out. Now change the side of the body. So I breathe in, coming down my backside. And breathe out, come up the front side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Comes out of the heavens, down the backside as I breathe in. And breathe out, up the front. and out into the heavens. And now I relax. Now I'm going to make some spinning motions. You can put your hand on your hip or just relax them, but not that you're lubricating your ankles, but just a little spinning coming with the toe. The energy is coming right up the center, the bone marrow, and then fills up the lower dantian. It's coming up the leg and into the lower dantian. It's coming right out of the earth and filling up the lower dantian area. You can change directions. And how we switch feet. And we see it's just kind of like a siphon, a whirlpool coming up. And we feel it right through the center mass of the bone. And filling up this lower dantian area. We want to keep those. We're stationary in our mind. They're going to continue to spin. But I want to take one hand and bring it down from the heavens, coming down through the center of the arm, meeting up with the lower dantian energy. Nice straight arm, so it doesn't, if it's kinked, it's hard to get through. Straight arm as it comes right down the center of the bone. And the legs are spinning in our vision, but not physically. And we want to switch hands. And feel the heaven, the lightness of this heaven energy. Not necessarily a only spiritual. There is spiritual from the heavens, but it's the creativity, it's the compassion, the non-physical types of energy. Now we want to take just a slight wobble, hands down, dropped, but we want to meld the two, the heaven and the earth in the center. And we want to add to that, before the fountain was spewing out the top of the head, now we're bringing it in like there's a funnel on the top of my head. And I want to make a little wobble there. And the funnel is sucking down the heaven energy right into mixing with all the others. Now we want to work on the difference, feeling the difference between the earth energy and the heaven energy. And so we start by breathing in, feeling it, the weight of the heaviness of earth energy, it coming in, the whole bottom side is exposed, bottom of our hands, the bottom of our feet, actually right up through the bottom of ourselves. And then flipping up, feeling the lightness of the heaven energy, even looking up, the shine of the heaven on your face, it's all exposed. Breathing out, pushing to the sides, that space that we created around us. It's nice and smooth, and we're holding that. Now we're going to grab it from around us and engulf our body without touching. Engulf that energy, bring it right up close. Then palms up as the elbows go behind. And then pushing feathers away as we see. And not only is it going in front of us, there's an equal force behind us that's being pushed away behind. Breathing in. And then as I push away, I push in front, but I'm pushing behind me also. And then relaxing our hands down, but the wrists are kinked. And then relax them. You feel that release. Palms towards the body as we try it again. Breathing in. Coming up. We don't touch our hands. We push away the sides. Kinked wrists. Those nice and 90-degree angle. Breathing in. Feel that wrap around us. Hands, elbows back, and then palms. It's kind of a sinking as we push away. As they breathe in, a rising. We fill up. Sinking. Rising. And then push hands down. And then relax. And the cool down is basically the microcosmic orbit again. As we breathe in, we want this motion to be constant through the day. So we're making sure it's like starting a lawnmower, getting the motion started, breathing in and breathing it out, balancing the yin and the yang and fire and water, but also just having this motion go for the rest of the day. We'll do it one more time as we breathe in and out, ending up with our hands on the lower dantian and feeling that whole body experience. See if we can, as we breathe in and out, if there's a muscle that's tense, breathe into that muscle to relax it. If something got sore from the practice. And just see what your sensations are from the practice. Carry that forward if it's good. If there's a negative, then breathe into it and neutralize it. And now I mentioned before that in your own practice at home, you can do this cool down, get into just a neutral state. Either your hands on your stomach, your hands dropped in front, or bring them out in front of you, and build yourself up to 10, 15, 20 minutes at a minimum, and go as many as 40 to an hour as a total meditative state, which is very, very good for one, but we don't have time for that.